What's your when they go low, I go lower moment? My stepmother always hated me. From the moment my dad introduced us when I was 8, Diane made it her mission to remind me I wasn't really part of their family. Small things at first, forgetting to set a place for me at dinner, or telling relatives I was just visiting when I lived there full-time. By high school, she'd perfected the art of making me feel invisible while appearing saintly to everyone else. I'm trying so hard with her, she'd tell my dad, loud enough for me to hear from the next room. Some kids just don't want to be loved. The summer before college, I found my mother's old jewelry box in the attic, the only thing I had left of her. When I went looking for it the next day, it was gone. Diane claimed she'd never seen it. Maybe you misplaced it, she suggested with that thin smile. You've always been disorganized. I tore the house apart but never found it. Dad just shrugged helplessly. Honey, I'm sure it'll turn up. It never did. 4 years of college provided blessed distance. I only came home for the occasional holiday where Diane would parade me in front of her friends. Our daughter, the psychology major, she'd say, one arm around my shoulders like we were best friends. I'd smile through gritted teeth. Then Dad got sick. Pancreatic cancer. Terminal. I moved back home for his final months. Diane suddenly became territorial about his care. I know what he needs better than you do, she'd insist, physically inserting herself between us whenever I tried to help. One night, I overheard her on the phone with her sister. Once he's gone, I'm selling this place immediately. His daughter? Please. She's practically a stranger. I've been the one here all these years. Dad died on a Tuesday. At the funeral, Diane performed grief like she was auditioning for an Oscar. I don't know how I'll go on, she sobbed into a cousin's shoulder while glancing sideways to ensure everyone was watching. The reading of the will was scheduled for the following Monday. Diane spent the weekend making pointed comments about how she'd always dreamed of retiring in Arizona. Sunday night, I couldn't sleep. I wandered downstairs for tea and noticed light under Diane's office door. She'd forgotten to lock it, unusual for her. Inside, her computer screen glowed with an open email to a realtor. Once the will is finalized, I'll want to list immediately. That's when I saw it. My mother's jewelry box, hidden on the top shelf behind some books. Something in me snapped. I took the box, then noticed Diane's estate planning folder nearby. Inside was a copy of my father's will, or rather, 2 copies. One official and one with subtle alterations in Diane's handwriting. I photographed everything, replaced it carefully, and slipped out. The next morning, Diane found me in the kitchen. The lawyer called, she said casually. The reading's been moved to his office instead of here. I nodded, sipping my coffee. I know, I'll meet you there. When I arrived at the attorney's office, I brought reinforcements, Dad's oldest friend, who happened to be a forensic document examiner, and 2 detectives. Diane's face when she saw them was almost worth the years of torment. Before we begin, I said sweetly, handing the lawyer my phone with the evidence. I think we need to discuss the discrepancies I found. The modified will would have left me with a pittance. The real one split everything equally, with a special note about my mother's jewelry staying with me. Diane didn't just lose her Arizona dreams that day. She faced charges for attempted fraud and theft. You know, I told her as the detectives let her out, my mom's jewelry wasn't even valuable, but it was mine. You could have just been kind.